Okyeame Kwame.
Yes,
you're welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know how to give fans power.
So,
I will never be hot in your
you
presence.
You deserve it.
Because you'll be blowing the fan.
Beautiful. But we've known you for so long. I know that you've granted a lot of interviews where people have gotten to know you and everything. One thing I would like to start with is there something you wish Ghanaians knew about you?
That they don't know already.
Yes.
That's a big question. I think, I don't know. My life is an open book. Everything of mine is out there, you know. So I think Ghanaians know me well enough.
Okay, right. Beautiful.
They know me well enough.
Okay.
As I am growing, I'm not the same person I used to be 10 years ago. So even if I say something now, in the next 5 years, it will be different.
It's true.
You know, so I think Ghanaians should just keep, you know, taking me in as they have been doing over the years. I think they know me well enough.
Okay.
They know everything about me.
All right, great. Now, you've been in this for over 25 years.
Yes.
When you started, did you ever think you stand the test of time?
When I started as a musician,
I
wasn't even thinking. I didn't even think to go to the next stage of thinking that I will be a musician forever.
Yeah.
I was just a young boy that could rap, that just wanted people to hear me. And after they heard me, I wanted them to see me.
Right.
And after they saw me, I wanted them to feel me.
Poetic.
You know, so I wasn't thinking I was going to be a musician for 10 years, for 5 years. So you realize that after 97, 98, 99, 2000, I went to live in America for 3 years.
Right.
And I came back in 2003 or 2004. The concept of longevity wasn't something that was integral in my thinking. My 20s, I was just expressing my talent. You know, I didn't think of it as a career, as a job. No, I didn't think of it.
Right.
I was just expressing myself. I knew how to rap.
Yeah.
Rap had given me voice. But what I knew was that since it was the only thing, rap music was the only thing that I sort of excelled at.
Okay.
I knew that I was going to do it for a long time as long as I was enjoying it.
Right.
Exactly. So I think that is it. But I didn't think that I would be a musician today or 4 years ago. No. It's art. It has no plan. The less plans it have, the more beautiful it is.
Like an adventure.
Yes, it is an adventure.
Beautiful. You went away for 3 years. Is
Yes.
it because you planned on just giving up, stopping the music, and then focusing on something else?
You don't get it. I wasn't planning anything. It's just after we did a second album that became very, very successful, our third album had failed woefully.
Right.
Completely. It had failed. Our second album sold almost many records, 200,000 something CDs.
Right.
And the third one would sell 5,000 copies. So when we had the chance to go with Daddy Lumba for a US tour, I decided not to come back. Because during the tour, my father died.
Right.
You know, and at that time, my youngest brother Kunta was 15 or 14. And so it was just my mother who was a teacher. So, okay, this music thing, I don't know where it's going. So let me stay here and work a Juma small so I can support my mother.
Okay.
So that was the thinking.
Right.
But when I tried it, after 2 years, I realized that wasn't for me. It didn't give me the opportunity to be heard, to be seen, and to be felt.
Yeah.
So I came back, and then I started from zero.
Okay.
That's what happened.
All right. Now, you have been doing this and you've seen, if I should say, kings come and go.
Yes.
You've seen the trends and the tunes, the new ones and the old ones and everything. People have, out of technology or AI, if we should say, have brought up new tunes, blended a lot of things. One thing we know about Okyeame Kwame is that he will always blend the African Ghanaian tune with what he has, and that is part of your brand. How do you think that the music is going now, and then why do you think it is necessary to stay true to that till now?
So that's a beautiful question. You ask very beautiful questions. Thank you. So for me, it's art. And once it goes into the realms of competing, then it becomes a product.
Right.
At my level as an artist, I no longer compete at all.
You don't?
I don't compete.
So what do you
at all.
do now?
I just go inside my heart and create something that is original.
Right.
Something that is nouveau to me, something that I find exciting. Then I put it in the world. If you like it, listen. If you don't, it's not for you.
Let's stop there for a while. Does that mean when you produce your music, you do not expect awards or anything like that out of that?
Not at all. No, it's not just my music.
Right.
In my life, I expect very little. I want to get to a point where I expect nothing at all. I'm not there yet. Okay. But now that I expect the best, and I prepare for the worst. Completely.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, so I am creating what I like.
Okay.
And if I like it well enough, and I have gone into the deepest part of my soul to create something that is organic and unique and authentic, a lot of authentic people will like it.
True.
That is my art now. So whatever is happening, whether it's high life, Afrobeat, hip hop, nothing. So in business, there's something that we look but we don't stay.
Right.
So I see what everybody's doing. I look at it, but I don't stay.
Okay.
I am just doing me based on my current knowledge as an artist and how much I'm willing to give the world. Yes, that's
beautiful. Looking at your educational background, there are people who would focus on music and music alone. When you read on Okyeame Kwame, you notice that he did music at Tech. He came to Legon Business School.
Yes.
It's you were able to blend education and exactly. And when it comes to advocacy, you're actually advocating for reading, you're advocating for education and everything. How has that played a role in your career?
A lot. See, I think that looking at my career as a business, I realized that for every business is built on two main grounds. Either it's functional or it's emotional. So I'm selling gari. If you add water, it will become big.
Yeah.
10 boys can eat it if you put the right milk in it. However, when I make money from the gari, I don't just use it to build a house or to splurge it on myself. I take 15% and go and give it to the farmers who are farming cassava as backward integration. So that one is emotional. So every business stands on two legs. One is functional, the other is emotional. So the functional thing I do is that I create music and I sell events and sell shows.
Right.
But the emotional thing that I do is that I am interested in development.
Okay.
Development of women, development of soil, development of children, corporal punishment, every single thing in development that I have touched, I am passionate about it. And it is based on the functional, qualities of my music and the emotional attributes of my person that has created this Okyeame Kwame euphoria.
Yeah.
So they both work hand in hand.
Okay.
So it has played a very, very, very important role. But if I wasn't a musician, WaterAid and World Bank and IMF would not have worked with me.
Yeah.
However, because they have worked with me, they have brought a bit more meaning to my music.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful. Now, you mentioned children, advocacy, raising children. One thing we would also know, we automatically know about you is instilling the Ghanaian culture in our children.
Yes.
How important is that? Especially now we have our Gen Zs where we have our social media platforms, we are interconnected, we are learning from other cultures. How vital is this in raising children?
You know that identity is usually given by others.
Yeah.
So you are born, you are given a name, and then you are told that you come from Kumasi.
Yeah.
And then you go to school. If you are, book, you are intelligent.
Yeah.
If you don't, you are dumb.
Yeah.
You get a girlfriend, you are handsome. And then, so if you realize your identity is being given to you by others, and because our identity is being given to us by others, our core, the core of who we are, is usually lost. Because if you are not fortunate and you get a person who do not know who they are to tell you who you are, they will tell you who you are not.
True.
So it is important that we will draw our art and our ethos from amongst us, so that all the beautiful things our forebears, our foremothers have given us, we will not throw them away out of our inclination or out of our wish to become modernized or to chase competition or for modernity. You know, so for me, it is important that I take these elements, you know, kente, adinkra symbols, the local language, to take dances, local dance moves, philosophy of African music, African spirituality, all that, to find a way to hide it in my art so that unknowingly I can reintroduce it to the younger generation.
Right. Do you think we are losing that in our media content?
Oh, completely.
Right.
We have not become very intentional about what we let in. So, for example, sometimes people are competing with Nigerian musicians. Let us ban Nigerian music, things like that.
You think it shouldn't be banned?
No. Right. The competition is actually Jay-Z,
okay,
or that artist from the US who is coming onto my media from social media, TikTok, this one, who is holding guns and smoking and things like that. They are the ones that we are competing with, not
so
our neighbors.
Ones should rather be banned.
No, we shouldn't ban anything.
But restricted?
We shouldn't restrict.
Okay.
Control causes implosion.
Okay.
We need to educate our younger generation to know that this is the array of choices that you have. If you choose this one, you will lose your identity. If you choose this one, you have your identity. And once you have it's based on that identity of yours that you are going to be a great husband. It's based on that identity you are going to be a good businessman. It's based on that identity that you are going to differentiate yourself in the global market as that African entrepreneur who has values. You know, so it is very important that every single level of our education, our identity as Africans, as Ghanaians, as Ashantis, as Evers, we do not lose it.
Right.
Because once we lose it, then any other thing can come and habitate or can come and sit where our true identity is, and we are lost forever. And yes, you know, so it's very important, and I like what is happening now. I'm not the only one making music and using these signals and elements. I see it in the new Edem music video. I see it in the Can Promise video. I see it everywhere, and it makes me happy, especially for the Ghanaian children growing up in England and in Hamburg and in New York who will never see a traditional word. You know, so if a Sarkodie song is a Sarkodie is dressed like this, and they are looking at Sarkodie is the way it's getting, that child will grow up and develop a loom that is computerized so that we can make Kente a faster and more efficient way.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Now, speaking of music video, you have your latest.
Yes.
And just as you always do, you always incorporate the African culture in it and everything. Let's talk about the investment. We are going to take a look at the video shortly, but how much or how well did you invest in this?
In terms of monetary, not much.
Not much.
No, but I just brought friends. So you see, the chief in the video is Nana Obukese, the second from parts of Cape Coast. He comes from a town in Cape Coast, and he brought all these kente. So all I had to do was to find the dancers, and then he came with the woman that dresses him. And that's the woman had all these things, you know. And in terms of clothes, the one that I'm wearing, that GHOne is wearing, where Ghana, who makes these things, where Ghana brought it for a sponsorship, you know. And I had the opportunity of using the links, you know, GHOne studio, and Richie gave me a big discount.
Beautiful.
GHOne didn't charge me anything for appearing in the video.
He didn't?
No, he didn't charge me anything for appearing in the video. And things like that. So in terms of monetary investment, no, I didn't do that much. But the true investment in this video is the little signals that we put in the video. When the video starts, you see the video is dedicated to Asante Hine's 25th anniversary. When the video starts, GHOne sits on the television. But because his leg is on it, the Asante Hine's image is not on it. So when it comes, you will see. That is the type of investment that you will see. It has Asante Hine, except the one GHOne is sitting.
Yeah, that's true.
Like paying attention to details so that the beautiful thing we are doing doesn't insult the culture.
Beautiful.
You know, things like that. And And then dedicating the video to Asante Hene to support his anniversary. Okay. Once again, the anniversary is happening at the stakeholder level, at the ministries, CEOs. I'm using this video to bring Asante's anniversary to the kids.
Right.
To take the anniversary to Twitter, to take it to Instagram, to take it on things like that. That Kwame Eugene's presence in the videos to onboard more young people. You know, things like that. The adwa, the clothing, you see the Adinkra symbols, the beautiful, you know, Lydia, the drumming. This is the investment. The investment is actually in the blending of the cultures and the signals and the symbiotic effect of the music video. Okay, beautiful.
With this video being released, how has the reception been like? Have you heard from the Asante Hene with the feedback on the video and everything?
Not yet, but I plan to go to Kumasi. You know, it's not easy to see Nana.
That's true.
You have to go through 12 people. I'm just exaggerating, but you need to book a meeting. So I'm planning to go and present a very important feature of the video in a form of a frame to Nana to let him know that, hey, this is how we are supporting your 25th anniversary. Because Nana goes everywhere with me. He was going to Seychelles. He took me last 2 years when he was going to the US. He took me as well, and he's always happy that I come along to sing my songs. And I'm thinking that this is a present, but I'm not expecting. I'm not expecting anything. This is my contribution towards culture and tradition. Yes.
And that's the beautiful way that the man of the soil, the Asante soil, chooses to celebrate his king, who happens to be our king. All the kings in Ghana are our kings, and he has always been highlighting culture and everything that represents our identity as Ghanaians in Africa. And all we can do is to go and watch it. If you do not see, some of us are not even exposed to the Ghanaian culture. We do not understand a lot of things. Have you seen Otumfuo in as a younger? Oh, you see it in the video. Yes. And we're going to play that right after this, but it is available on YouTube. Has it been released?
Yes, it's available on YouTube. It's doing very well. It's trending somewhere in the 20s. So please go and watch it. Let's come close. Let more young people see it. And then there's another interesting feature in the video. There's a guy wearing a mask from the beginning of the video, causing trouble. And he represents the problems in our lives. You know, so no matter how nice and rich your environment is, there's always a Mensa causing trouble. But that Mensa, once we find out who he is and we unmask it, let us not.
That's all be our answer.
Yes, let us cover him in our culture and bring him in and forgive him, so that there's continuity. That's the
so that's a complete story right there, told in a song. And the video is right out there, ready for your consumption. If you've not watched this, go for some education while you're being entertained at the same time. We've had great moments. We've been having a great conversation with Okyeame Kwame. We all know this name. Yes, it is a household name because of the number of years he has spent in the industry. Okyeame, before I let you go,
talk to me.
Let me ask you this one question, then we can wrap up. What is the toughest decision you had to make in life so far?
Toughest decision I've had to make personally?
Yes, personally.
Was to toughest decision was to return back to Ghana after realizing America would make me crazy. It was difficult because I didn't have a green card or anything. So when I was coming, my church members, the elders in my church, they came and said, Kwame, you don't have papers. If you go to Ghana and it doesn't work, what are you going to do? I said, what lives in me is stronger than what is in the world. So they said, okay, if you go and you are broke, we'll be sending you $100. You know, but I still came and I made it.
But today, the youth are in a hurry to run out. What's your message to them? Get out of the country.
I used to think the same way, but the best way for a Ghanaian is in Ghana. The best thing, the best country for every Ghanaian is Ghana.
Are you sure?
Yes.
What makes you say so?
Because even if you get a passport, you are going to be naturalized.
A Dutch passport.
You will never be a natural American or a Dutch or a German or a British. You'll be a naturalized citizen of another person's country. So I understand times are tough. The open gutters, rubbish everywhere, but it is our responsibility to fix it so that our children will enjoy it. It's our responsibility.
It is our responsibility to fix it for the generation ahead of us to come and enjoy the fruit of our labor. I know this message will go to our leaders, will go to the youth, will go to the young people, the old people. Let's put our hands together, join efforts, and make it work. Don't forget the latest song from Okyeame Kwame is out there. Go and learn culture and be entertained. The title is No Competition. Okyeame, thank you so much for joining us.
And you are very beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, join us tomorrow, same time, right here on GHOne TV. We're bringing you another edition of Rhythms Live. I am Blessing.